We are now with Overdrive's Jamie McLennan and Noodles. The Leafs can't seem to get their power play going. 2 of 25 in their last 11 games. And Austin Matthews has just one power play goal all season. So is it time for them to shake things up and split up their top power play unit?
I would say no. What they need to do is sort out life past Mitch Marner. And I think that was the biggest challenge. And I know that's a swear word on all the programs right now because you're not allowed to bring up Mitch Marner. Austin Matthews said you get 2 weeks and that's it. But their power play and their penalty kill have struggled in certain situations without that type of player. Mitch Marner is a puck transporter. So the power play needs to get set up, and then they need a captain on the power play, a puck distributor. William Nylander is a fantastic passer. He's got a great shot. He more has a shooter's mentality, but he might have to be the half-wall guy, maybe on his one-timer position where he could distribute the puck. Morgan Riley can skate it up. Austin Matthews can skate it up. We know in net front you've got Nyes, you've got Tavares in the bumper position. They've got the talent to do it. What they need to do is execute. Get in, run your route, set it up, and when all else fails, establish the shot. Austin Matthews has an unbelievable shot. William Nylander has a great shot. So does John Tavares. Matthew Nyes is good in that 10-foot radius. They have the talent to do it. They don't have the confidence right now. What's happening is teams are ultra aggressive on them. And if anything, don't split them up. Give them 90 seconds. Give them the Edmonton Oilers situation where they're going to take as much as they need until they give up. And then the second power play can go up there and take the last 10 to 20, 30 seconds. So that's the philosophy for me is pour it on hard as far as put those 5 players out there, see if they can get it done. If they can't, then you mix it up. But I think to me, the pressure is all on them. They've got to be a lot more creative, and it's going to start with the creative players, a guy like William Nylander.
Okay, and that execution is key. Some good news. Craig Berube said that Joseph Woll's not expected to be out too long. But given that Woll and Anthony Stolarz have had struggles staying in the lineup this year, do you have faith in Dennis Hildeby to hold down the fort, Noodles, or do the Leafs need to look elsewhere for more assurance?
I have faith in Hildeby in the short-term situation. I don't know the nature of the injuries because it's all under lock and key. So we don't know if it can be a reoccurring thing or if this is just a one-off. And the challenge is, do you have the depth at that position? You should. It should be a position of strength with Stolarz, with Woll, and then Hildeby as your 3. Right now, your number 3 is the only guy who's available to you right now. But if it's a short-term thing and you believe that Woll and Stolarz are right around the corner, allow Hildeby to settle into the National Hockey League. They believe he is an NHL goaltender. He's got to go out and prove it and give them an opportunity to win. There is no team that is handing over a number 1 goaltender to them and say, here you go. Just take this guy for free because we know you don't have any draft picks and not a lot of cap space. So, here's our number 1 goaltender. There's not a knight in shining armor out there as a goaltender that's available. To me, you have to hunker down and trust Hildeby to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't it be nice if things worked that way in the NHL? Let's focus on the Leafs matchup with the Atlantic leading Lightning now tonight. The two are only separated by 4 points. But Noodles, is the gap between Tampa and Toronto actually wider than it seems in the standings?
I think it is because when both teams are healthy, Tampa is better, if you ask me, in all positions as far as depth, goaltending, D that can move the puck. I think the forwards, a lot of them cancel each other out, but I would still take Tampa's forward group over Toronto's. So, yes, if the one thing they have in common and which keeps them close in the standings is they're both decimated with injuries right now. So we really can't weigh them out against each other face to face because when you look at Tampa Bay, they don't have their number 1 goaltender, they don't have their number 1 defenseman, and they don't have their number 1 centerman in Braden Point. And if you look at Toronto, we just talked about the myriad of injuries in net, and then we haven't even talked about their defensive core. They do have a healthy group of forwards, but I think that's where they're closer right now because of the injuries. But if both teams were healthy and both organizations were healthy, I think the separation is with Tampa.
Okay, and despite all the injuries for Tampa, according to FanDuel, the Lightning are the odds-on favorite to win the Atlantic Division and represent the East in the Cup final.